Hey, it's Robert Plank from dfypodcast.com, and I want to run your podcast. And here's the question. How do you even record the dang thing? Well, I wanted to be in a position where you send me your videos, you send me your raw MP4 video files, and me and my team turn them into podcast episodes. We take the audios and put them on your podcast host, usually Buzzsprout, gets us onto Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and iHeartRadio, so many more platforms. Me and my team want to take the best parts of your videos and cut them up into reels. That way you have YouTube shorts, you have TikToks, you have Instagram clips. Me and my team want to transcribe the words you speak out in your video and run them through AI and create podcast notes, show notes, and SEO titles. And we want to create short posts for Facebook, LinkedIn, and we want to make little blog posts. We want to take the best quotes and turn them into graphics for Instagram posts. You see that if you speak out the words, instead of trying to craft and curate the best content, you just kind of show up sometimes and you say what's on your mind. And what's even better is that you use a platform we highly recommend called Riverside.com. And it's basically like Zoom. You create a meeting room, you show up on one side, you give the link to a guest, they show up on another side. And then as you speak, you kind of seeing the person in a low quality video like Zoom, but as you're speaking, it slowly uploads in the background a high quality version of your side. So now you have like a HD or a 4K recording with the two of you, and you click one button and sometimes it shows just you and just them and side by side. If you ever wonder how someone creates those really good video recordings for podcasts, it's usually because they don't just use Zoom, which is great for meetings, but it's low quality. They use Riverside, which is higher quality and has more advanced video editing skills. And here's the question that is always on people's minds is, well, what's the hardware? What do I use? And I'll give you those links in the description of this video, but I use a Samsung, so not Samsung, but Samson, Samsung C01U, and that's what this microphone is right here. I think it's about like $120, and if you can't find one, then a Blue Yeti is more or less equivalent to that. And then I get a $60 arm that just kind of clamps to the desk. And then we plug a USB cable into the computer, and then it just plugs into the back of this microphone, and then you kind of just like string up. They give you these like rubber band things, and that is how. One of my is unhooked, but you get the idea. You just kind of have this microphone that's kind of up and there and out of the way, because I mean, it's up to your style, but I'm not really a fan of like the microphone right there in your face or the headphones. Just kind of have it right there up above you. And then the camera I'm speaking to, I really like Logitech web cameras. It's like some Logitech 4K, and I've used Logitech for decades. And then I guess not that important is the sound. So I have these like square foam panels that I think they're maybe like $20, and you get a pack of like 60, and then they just kind of like tape to whatever wall. And the idea there is that with sounds, an echo is when sound is reflected, right? So you talk and it bounces back to you. And so if you have like a solid wall in front of you, then you want to absorb that when you can. And then here's what is important is lighting. And that's kind of like, you get a few things and you just like position it in the room how you like it. So I have like a ring light in front of me. And honestly, I kind of want to have one of those like big ones to have it a little better. And then I have some LED lights that are closer to me, and you can like dim them and adjust them. And then as you see kind of higher up in the room, I have these like softbox lights. And I'm not a lighting geek, an AV geek. Some people are really like anal retentive about it, but I like to have like a ring light and LED lights closest to me, and then like softbox lights kind of lighting the background. But I don't know if you can tell, but I kind of have like an average room. It's not light treated. Some people have like the LED lights where there's like blue or purple, or they have a background with like shelves and all that sort of stuff. And that hasn't interested me that much. And I guess what's convinced me is that I've done over 1,500 podcast interviews, and many times someone's just like sitting in their backyard or sometimes in a hotel room. So I don't really think that having like a set for your podcast show is really going to make you all that money. If you have interior decorating experience, great. And if you have the patience to like position your lights, then by all means buy the equipment. But to get you started, what do you really need bare essentials wise? The microphone is a Samsung C01U. If you can't find it, get a Blue Yeti. The camera is a Logitech 4K camera. I think that LED lights at the very minimum are really important, and you'll just have to position yourself to try to get as few shadows as you can. Like if one side of your face is dark, like if it was more like that, it looks really unprofessional. And again, I'm not a perfectionist, but I try to have like not shadows if I can. And if it's overly echoey, then that's bad too. But other than that, like just be yourself, just be on camera, and then use Riverside to record, and then use me and my team to do all that other hard stuff, because we can go on for hours about all the hundreds of steps, all the minutia of dumping video into audio and cleaning up the audio and adding music and graphics and putting it on all the platforms and using the tools to extract the clips, add music, add the burned-in captions, running it through AI to get the post text that goes along with what you post. It's so much. And wouldn't it make more sense for you to focus on what excites and interests you, which is showing up and having great conversations? And I think even the relationship building aspect of your business is time way better spent than geeking out on lighting or on the workflow production process, joint ventures, developing relationships. Because here's the thing. How many people do you know where you scroll through their LinkedIn profile and it's like 0 likes, 0 comments? And I'm not saying I get like hundreds of comments each post, but I do get a handful. And how many YouTube channels have you scrolled through where you scroll and scroll and it's like no views, 1 view, it's like just one. And I know like for us mere mortals, we put out a YouTube, maybe we'll get 50 or 100 views, sure. And maybe you put out a podcast episode, you get a few hundred or a few thousand views. But I think what's important to remember is that if you rendered or looked at a picture of 100 people in a room, it's a lot of people. And in a podcast, 100 listens is way more valuable than, say, 100 views of a web page or 100 people seeing your Facebook post. 100 listens is huge. And how do you increase that number? It's by having a guest on your show, because that way it ends up being better. There's like a 2-person conversation. It's not just you monologuing. And here's the real secret sauce, is that you have a guest on your show, and then when it goes live, you tell them about it, and you keep following up with that influencer, that amplifier, that multiplier. You keep giving them ways to promote your show. You tag them in your post. You tell them to like it and comment and retweet it and show it to their network and get their people to comment. That's the real secret, is that you can get everything in life that you want by helping others get what you want. And that means that you need to make some friends and have them as guests on your show, and then use those guests to consistently promote their appearance on your show. And that, I think, will get you a lot more mileage than trying to run paid ads or SEO tricks or running software. Just do it the old-fashioned way. Get guests on your show. Use me and my team at dfypodcast.com to do the hard grunt work, and you focus on being consistent and developing those relationships. So get that Blue Yeti or the Samsung C01U microphone, get a Logitech web camera, and then use Riverside to have some great conversations with your guests, your vendors, your friends, people you know on LinkedIn, your customers who make great stories and case studies, people who will step up, and most importantly, use Done For You Podcasting, dfypodcast.com, to turn those podcasting dreams into a reality. I'm Robert Plank. Go ahead, do it right now. dfypodcast.com. I'll see you there.